Hello, everyone. We've started this new playlist called as the Successful Alumni of Webberz. And Kanav Kohli is one of them. He started his career in Amritsar, and now he's in Canada, a very successful entrepreneur working in the IT industry. Let's talk to Kanav without wasting much of time. Kanav, let's talk about you. Like, you started the journey from Amritsar, then you went to Canada, worked there for some time. You have your own setup now, and you are not even 30.
Thanks for having me on the talk show to be the first and foremost. And yeah, it's been an overwhelming journey so far. But thanks to you and your blessing and your training, first and foremost, without wasting any sort of time, uh, you helped me a lot in terms of management, in terms of learning stuff. It's amazing. Thanks to you.
I would not say
Yeah,
thanks to me. I would always say thanks to your hard work and input that you've been giving. Kanav, how was your
yeah.
childhood in Amritsar?
So I come from a very modest family in Amritsar. They were like me, my brother, my father, and my mother. Four of us living in a paternal house. So it was like always challenging going through stuff like uh, financially and managementally. Not in management in terms of we were not that we were like okay in the middle class, typical middle class family, uh and that helped me out to see the world in a different perspective. And I was always fascinated with computers because while I was growing up, there was like dot-com bubble that was coming up, so computers was relatively new in the city, in the country. And I remember my father got us one because he wanted to start a IT business too, for like when I was like 5, 6 years old. So I'm talking about 1997, 1998 times of time.
So it runs in the
So
genes.
yes, the computers are like something he has worked on. So like he used to sell Apple one, and you won't believe it. Earlier computer was so primitive. You had to manually collect, tape recorders connected to the computer, and I still have that somewhere in my house, because I feel someday I will auction it out,
The
and
floppy disk and
then you
all.
can
The floppy disks and
the
sets,
floppy disk, the cat, yeah,
sets, yeah.
and those things were like so different at that time. I remember I started my IT journey from like basics. So there was a computer language basic. So you need to put 1 + 1 = 2. Some basic hardcore coding. They were like books by Dreamland. We used to get a books and we used to like see how to code, how to do stuff. They were like literature with these computers. Like I
Exactly.
might still have a lot of literature with that. Yeah.
One small operation, we had to write tons of code.
Oh yes. And now we have like Chat GPT, and I'm like, it's going so crazy. I'll literally most of my clients they use Chat GPT, AI automation, and you might remember when I was with you, we used to talk about we have to move manual intervention, no paperwork, and and this is just before COVID. So yes, things have changed and prospectively, and
सो आई थिंक
to be
ये जो हमने मांगा है, इच्छा पूर्ति हुई है हमारी, उससे मैनेजमेंट की जॉब्स भी चली गई हैं, वो भी ऑटोमेट हो चुका है.
yes. Yes. Management has gone. Like for me, a $30 monthly subscription of ChatGPT 4. This is not a trade secret, by the way, but that I make use of, like I'm working with somebody who's like a real person. I give him
Exactly,
instructions. Okay, do me
exactly.
this.
Everybody is doing that.
Write me a
Everybody is doing that.
write me a script, auto reply, and stuff like that has really made my life very easy. Like it's job of one person. And I've worked in a setup where they used to, when I first came to Canada, I worked for an Italian lady. She's like 65, 70 years old, really old school. The fact with Italian community is like they do not like to change. They
So not
stick
at
to a
all.
thing and they won't change.
Very
So
stubborn.
pen and paper, working on same stuff, same guidelines, same SOPs, which was state of the art, say 20 years back.
Yeah.
So they are like people calling them sending emails right up after appointments and stuff like that. I go into this place and I'm like, what the heck is happening with these people? So I ask her, okay, let me change it for you at least. And that starts my journey of automating businesses, because I came like directly under Webberz, was gonna like autonomously, every single thing is autonomous, from their hiring to their management, their testing skills and all that. And though it's like a pan-India company, it's state of the art technology we had implemented back there. So
Right.
seeing him doing it used to make me fry my brain why she's doing like that. And I would see, because in Canada jobs are on hourly basis.
Bilkul.
So if a person is like calling them in 1 hour, she get billed. So I said, you're at the end of the year, you're losing more money in man working hours or total workforce hours, because you are not automating it. So let me run it for you. I get it. You won't believe. Simple chat GPT automation, a kindly link, and she was able to cover it up. $30, and she saved time. So the
And
sales team more efficiently do it. But the sales team was mad at me because I was the IT guy. So
so they would use
that's the nomenclature I've been called. That's my pet name, IT guy, the marketing guy.
job eater.
So yeah,
Hashtag job eater. Okay.
job it. So
Okay, let's
they
talk
were like,
struggle in Canada. So when you landed in Canada the first day,
yeah.
you struggled hard. It's not an easy country
So
to live in.
it is not at all an easy country. I remember when I first came to Canada, it was getting the visa was the most toughest part, because
Exactly.
Canadian Canadian right after COVID, Canadian government was not in the mood of giving visas to people. They were super delayed. They had implemented AI system too, which was rejecting most of the files. Even now
Chinook.
they
The
reject it.
Chinook.
The Chinook, yeah. So I got my visa done because I got my permanent residence, so I was pretty sure that it should be coming. There was no if and but the clause was like they were not issuing the visa, stamping the visa.
Yeah. When
So
was the clause? When would it come?
yeah,
So when you landed in
yeah,
Canada, what was your first impression on seeing a country for the first time?
it was beautiful. It was like when I remember seeing from the plane the skyline of Canada, this for Toronto. It was beautiful. It was like first instance with love at first sight. Beautiful lake shore area, and it was like CN Tower and all those picturesque views. Uh, it was snowing that day. I landed up. Immigration was very smooth. Nobody was like that. Very helpful. Very thank you. Very so. The landing till my home tour was very simple, but I came determined that I'm here to work. Number one. Number two, I went to work in a factory. It was a
Really?
baking factory. Yeah, it was for the very first the third day I think in the country.
Right.
I went to the factory, and it was they used to produce coffee, and they use cartons. You need to pallet it out. The first job she gave me was to wipe the floor,
Right.
and one of my like I was a student at Webberz also. So once you told us, keep your ego in your pocket, drop it at home, and then go there.
That's totally
You do
true.
you
That's
you
totally
t- you t- you t- you told this thing, and my wife, who's by the way also a Webber's alumni,
yeah.
she also like I have a notes written, big notes. I think आपने बोला था कि बड़ा बड़ा लिख लो, leave your ego at your home.
Yeah.
So I remember that instinct, and मैंने वो करना शुरू किया. It was very tough. It is not easy. जो लोग
At
देख रहे
all.
हैं,
Not at all.
it is not at all easy. You have to work like robots, same direction. So I used to move like this to like this. So they were like heavy tray of cake, and that made me feel within 7 days I was like,
Enough.
I have to quadruple. Enough is enough. I have to apply for jobs and online. My wife was also applying for me because she didn't want me to work on there. And God's there's one God element in this thing. He luckily I never bought a single, t-shirt, the normal, because you cannot wear buttons in bakery,
Yeah, you cannot.
because of the law. We cannot wear that. So I didn't bought any single t-shirt with me, because I thought I'll get an IT job. I was making decent money in India. It's good for myself. Uh, Very, very nice team I was working with. I felt really bad, and I was very sad when the day I resigned Webberz, and it was a phase. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Because the tools are same. Google ads and everything is same all over the world. So I said, no, I won't be doing this thing. Luckily, God willingly, that Italian lady came to my life. I would call her again, ask her again. She didn't plan me to hire. She didn't plan to hire me. I will call her every day, end of the day, are you looking for a job? And then one day she said, you know what? I'm so frustrated. You are like doing calls me again. Come on for work. Let's see what you do. And I was like, okay, that's my shot. I have to go there. So I went there. It was a modeling agency. It was very, very good. Completely different world. Like I'm coming
Domain
from
altogether.
edutech. Yeah, I'm coming from edutech background, more towards educational, academics, software
Right.
development, and they were like all blingy fashion of all the world you can imagine. Like it was like a cultural exposure, I would say.
Total cultural disaster.
Total. Yeah, they would take me to a lot of fashion shows, and to a lot of parties, varied culture, LGBTQ, things which Amritsar, like people like in Amritsar don't even know.
Total cultural shock. Total cultural shock for you.
Yeah, and they would laugh at me that
He
how
doesn't.
do I react seeing yeah. And
Yeah,
I would see, okay, this is new, this is new, I need to upload. So very nice closely team. I'll send you the picture of the team. I think I have shown you before. So it's like I went to their birthday. So when I left them for my entrepreneurial journey, they gave me a memento that this will remind, and the doors are always open.
great.
Uh, yeah.
What is your
So
future plan now? What do you plan to do? What do you intend to do now?
Uh, my intentions of is plain and simple skill, make a scalable business, make money with it. So and reinvest. Uh, with COVID, I have seen a lot of small businesses, they do not have access to digital marketing, and their sales have dropped down massively.
True.
So I find a section of business of the economy which is like, which cannot afford $20,000 marketing plans, but they are ready to spend $2,000. So that's my key clientele. I want to give them Indian taste, like uh, I want to show them the Indian way to do it, the marketing, how the people are doing it, just like Vikas sir has done with the food. Even if I get acquire 1% of that market, and I'll be honored to like, अगर मैं उनके जैसा 1% भी बन जाऊं. So
But you've done
that's the
market
plan.
segmentation. You've done your market segmentation now. You know what
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I found my market. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know my market segment. I know my products. I know what exactly they need. Uh, Part of my job is to sell condominiums. So you would be happy to know that your student has been able to sell like $10 million worth
Always
of
proud
real
of
estate
always proud of you. Uh,
so
kind
far.
of for the advice of the people, for the audience, if you have to tell them in one word, like what you should do, what is that word that you'd say?
Hope, hope, never lose hope.
Never lose hope. Hope
You,
is the thing that keeps you running.
yes, definitely. I know if somebody is listening to this, they might be in a different shape of mind. They
Agreed.
might feel he's there, he's making up, but no, this is not right. Hope does better. Every day you have to stand up and see what you have spent so hard. I find people, students, 10th plus two, graduate even. Nothing is there in Canada, nothing is happening. But
I
this
agree.
country is so beautiful, so innovative. Give it something, and it will always give you something back.
He'll give it back to you. It was a pleasure talking to you,
It is-
Kanav.
Thank
Wish
you
you
so much.
all the best for your future dreams. Thank you so much for joining our show.
Most welcome. Have a nice day.